It is no guarantee, man. It is no guarantee, but I can guarantee you this. If you don't bet on yourself today or make a change today, you're going to be like the guy I talked about earlier. Some people may like their job. They just don't like the amount of money they make.
Right.
I like what I do. I love my coworkers, but bro, I need to make some more bread. Come see me and we'll give you the sauce on what you need to do to keep the job, right? And then make more money as well. But you got to be willing to sacrifice. If you do any of those and execute and be committed, you can get 100K. We making money. It's no matter. You cannot lose with the tools that we use. Either way, we gonna close the deal. That's why the big boys are doing multifamily and they're doing commercial deals, man. These are 7-figure numbers we're talking about, man. And I'm still wholesaling, still being saucy with that. But again, I did not get here until I learned the basics and bet on myself and paid $97, $997, $5K.
Also, another thing that came to mind too is a little bit funny, but you know, when some people, you know, like we said earlier, you know, you had 3 different confirmations,
right?
And then some people were like, all right, cool, what's the guarantee? I feel like I know your answer, but what would you say to a person be like, all right, cool, are you gonna guarantee me that this thing is gonna work?
I think this is the thing. Are you going to guarantee yourself this? Are you going to bet on yourself? Are you going to execute? Are you going to be coachable? And are you going to commit? That is what separates people, man. And it sounds so cliche, but it's the truth, man. Right? Before I even jumped on the microphone, I'm checking the deals with my team. Yep. What the deals at? I'm showing him deals in my inbox that we're doing right now. Yep. Investors DMing me or texting me, hey, is it in the opportunity zone? We may be able to get some tax benefits. Again, it is no guarantee, man. It is no guarantee, but I can guarantee you this. If you don't bet on yourself today or make a change today, you're going to be like the guy I talked about earlier. 10 years from now, in the teacher workroom, hoping to get an increase in pay. They're going to tax it, by the way, so it's not really an increase. If we really diving in, when they tell you they're going to give you a bonus at your job, they're probably going to tax it. So it's not really the bonus that you thought you were getting.
Also, I do want to jump into the part where you said, you know, how a person can go in, especially if you like in areas, like if you're investing in areas like down south, Georgia,
sure.
Dallas, you said Raleigh, North
Carolina. We're in North Carolina as well.
So one of the things you mentioned too when we was on the phone, you was like, there's plays out there on how a person can go out and make they can increase their net worth to over $1 million
for sure
with only 4 different transactions.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's the thing, right? So what we teach in our community is this, right? Get liquid, of course, right? Once you get liquid, pay off bad debt, go and get some business funding, invest in the software so you can do more deals. But once you get through all of that and your liquid credit is good, you can actually go buy a duplex or a quadplex for $250,000. You can probably, even if you have a W-2, leverage that W-2 and get an FHA loan. Buy it with 3.5% down or maybe even 10% down. So that's $25K, right? If you do that 4 times, you need to come up with $100K. I just showed you how to wholesale single family, we wholesale land, and we wholesale multifamily to see these big checks. And you can do surplus. If you do any of those and execute and be committed, you can get $100K. From there, you can go buy 4 duplexes or quadplexes for $250,000, and therefore your net worth has went up to $1 million. What we talking about? And you still wholesaling. This is what I like to call being dangerous. In a good way, of course.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's wild. I want to ask you too, being that you know you are in the wholesaling game
for sure,
and you invest as well.
Yes, sir.
Doesn't it kind of like make your life easier, being that you can find deals, and then if you like something, you could probably end up buying
Absolutely.
it.
So that's why I'm like, again, the basics, man. Learn the basics of wholesaling surplus funds where you can find deals, add value, and make 25, 30K. Let's just say you're making 10. Because here's what I do. I do not go to brokers for deals. I go directly to the owner of the property because I know where to pull the list from. I pull it from my software as well. But most importantly, I'm going directly to the plug. Think about Frank Lucas. That's one of my favorite movies, by the way. American Gangster, right? He didn't start making real money until he went across seas to the plug. I do the same exact thing, guys. We're going to go directly to the owner of that property and make them an offer on it and say, we'll take it down, right? And specifically with multifamily, we like to play in that 2 unit to 10 unit range. These are typically mom and pops who've inherited the property, or they probably just owned it a while. They don't know what they have. We make an offer on it. We take it down, buy it with private money, right? And then we rinse and repeat. Go in there, renovate, refinance, and we keep it. So to answer your question, yes, with wholesaling, I'm cutting brokers out, saving 3 to 6% on deals. Some people may like their job. They just don't like the amount of money they make.
Right.
I like what I do. I love my coworkers, but bro, I need to make some more bread. Come see me and we'll give you the sauce on what you need to do to keep the job, right? And then make more money as well. But you got to be willing to sacrifice.
So I ain't gonna lie, bro. You're definitely very passionate, man. I feel like you got a lot of things up your sleeve. Do you mind sharing some game?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
How somebody be able to lock in on their first wholesale deal?
For sure. So number one, I want to make sure everybody understand what the business model is, right? We're reaching out to people in a distressed situation, pre-foreclosure, tax delinquent, bankruptcy. It could be divorce, whatever that situation is. I'm gonna break it down to the fact that if you had $50 right now in your pocket, how can you get in the game? Can we do that?
Yes, sir.
Because because that was me, right? That was me. So I'm not trying to tell you to get all the bells and whistles. So let's start here, right? So number one, what you want to do is find a tax delinquent list from your county website. This information is free. If they won't give it to you, you're going to submit a FOI request. This is a form on their website that says, hey, I need you to tell me what properties are tax delinquent right now, because hey, one of my properties may be on the list. Therefore, they must give you the information. Number two, you can go to auction.com, create a free account. Notice we haven't spent any money yet. I got you probably 1/4 of the way there to the paper. So you can go to auction.com, create a free account, save all the properties that are going to be in pre-foreclosure for your state. What auction.com is going to do is email you and let you know which properties sold and which properties are still in pre-foreclosure. You're then going to take that list and download it in the Excel format. You're going to take it to one website. It's called Ben Verified, benverified.com. And then you have white pages. These are probably $10 to $20 a month. I'm going to get you paid in 30 days anyway. So just spend the $20, right? Don't go out to lunch today. Walk with me, right? So that being said, you're going to call these people and ask them, do they want to sell their property? If they say yes, you're going to double check the numbers and probably be $100K below the Zestimate. If you can get it below $100K below the Zestimate, then drop that property in a Facebook group. You can type in buyers in New York or Harlem or wherever you are. Let's just say you're in Atlanta. Cash buyers in Atlanta. It's a Facebook group full of people that want to buy deals. Now, some of these people may be capped, so you're going to have to vet them out. That's free as well. When you do that, ask them, do they want to buy it? They're going to send you over a contract saying they may want to buy it. Vet them out. If they are legit, you go to a title company who's not going to charge you up front, or a closing attorney, have them file the paperwork, and we're on our way to getting paid. And of course, you'll put a contract on the property with the seller. So that's just the free way you can keep. You can just boom, boom, boom. You had to put little to no money up.
That's what $50.
Yeah, that's less than 50.
Crazy.
So you can take the other 25, go to lunch, and then make some more phone calls and get back in your bag. Come on, man.
Okay. All right, cool.
That's crazy.
Because here's the thing, guys. I want y'all to really, really understand something. Whether you hear from me or whomever, if you give them permission to feed you, you will give them permission to starve you. I'm going to say it again, man. If you give them permission to feed you, you will give them permission to starve you. These jobs will let you go in a heartbeat because they're focused on their bottom line, as they should be. So if you're not adding enough value, they will let you go. Let me go back a little bit. My primary business is wholesaling real estate, right? But this is why we stand out in the marketplace compared to anyone else. When I'm calling the seller and you're calling the seller, I'm offering them 3 to 4 things. We treat it like a buffet. Think about your favorite restaurant. It's probably your favorite restaurant because you like that they have different appetizers, different types of steak or whatever that may be. So I give the seller options, right? So option number one, right? I'm really about to get in my bag and really, really bless y'all on how to really do deals consistently in any market in 2025, right? So here's the thing. Offer number one is going to be a legitimate wholesale offer. This is typically 60% of what your home is worth. Now, this is more so for someone who's like, Cody, bro, I need to cut ties with the house right now. I hate my ex-wife. I need to sell today. Okay, great. I can get that done for you in probably 21, maybe 14 days, at the latest 18 days, but I'm going to need it at $200K, bro. If you agree to that, I'll sell it for probably $250. If you're like, hey, bro, I need more money for my property. I'm not really stressed about selling it, but I want to sell it. Okay, great. So Cody, I'll give you $225. Would that work for you? Okay, so if $225 works for you, I want you to understand something, right? I will be putting the property on the MLS and I'm going to wholesale it on the MLS and I'm going to use an agent to do so. So anything above $225 in our agreement goes to me. Is that okay with you? Because you told me you weren't going to take $200. You passed on option number one. You wanted $225, correct? I'm going to get you $225. Then I'm going to turn around and sell the property for $250 on the market with an agent. So strategy one, I'm going to wholesale it quickly at $200. Strategy two, I'm going to wholesale it on the market with an agent. We're going to work the whole process, the showings and all that. I have an agent on my team that does it all day, every day. And then number three, we call it subject to. Are you guys familiar with that? So with the subject to, we'll send it to a buyer who wants to take over your mortgage, pay your taxes, right? And they'll either do a pad split or maybe an Airbnb or something like that, right? So we'll ask you, how much money do you want us to come in for in order to take over the mortgage? How much money do you want when we take over the mortgage? If you say $25K, okay, cool. I'm going to tell that same buyer, I need them to come in anywhere from $35 to $50K so my team can make money. So I'm doing the same thing, but now we're talking terms, right? And then they'll pay your mortgage off with a balloon payment in maybe 5 years. Let's say I reached out to you, you're in pre-foreclosure or you're tax delinquent and you don't answer the phone. If you do lose the property at the foreclosure auction, can anyone tell me what's going to happen next?
They're going to sell it for a higher price.
They're going to sell it for a higher price. I'm going to call you from my other entity and we're going to do the surplus funds. So that's how we running up a bag no matter what's going on. We making money. It's no matter, you cannot lose with the tools that we use. So if you don't want to do a traditional wholesale, low ball offer basically, if you don't want to let me put it on the market or let me take over the mortgage, if you lose the property, I'm calling you from another entity and I'll help you that way with the surplus funds on the back end with the overages. Either way, we going to close the deal. And we saucy like that in Atlanta. That's how we moving.